Hey everyone, welcome to this full moon Sidereal astrology forecast for the full moon on February 26th and 27th of 2021. All right, so a full moon, the heightened energy of the lunar month in the constellation of Leo. If you're expecting me to say Virgo just then, be sure to check out that link down below for more information. We are using the visible sky called true Sidereal astrology, and the signs are different from mainstream astrology. All right, so heightened phase of the lunar cycle. Great to do a status check with how our Leo side is doing. So Leo is the side of ourself that is about expressing ourselves and fundamentally doing what we love and what we're passionate about. So it is that playful, creative, expressive energy. And so the question is how is that side going? Are we doing what we love? Are we spending time with the things and people that we love? And are we allowing some of that self-expression to come through, both personally and perhaps interpersonally as well? So with this, of course, we do have the Sun and Venus in future-oriented Aquarius. So as is all full moons, it's important to find some balance. And in this case, while we are focused on cultivating that self-expression, still focusing on our future visions. It's been a great time this past week or so for focusing on what our future visions are, our future ideals, and perhaps even aspirations, both for ourselves and perhaps for something greater than ourselves. So great to do that and find that balance point, right? To see what we can contribute to, what we can do for the future, but making sure that it is stuff that we do love and we are expressing ourselves and connecting to our passions in life. So great to do that. Very easy aspects, we could say, with the full moon. We do have a trine up to Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius. So maybe some of our eccentric side coming out, great for individual self-expression. But we also do have a yod between Saturn and Chiron. So good to see the long road and be patient and take care of responsibilities and maybe even do some healing types of things. Facing some wounds could be also great with this full moon. All right, so let's go and take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the chart for the full moon. So the exact time of the full moon will be at 03:57 Eastern time of the Americas. So that's going to be on Saturday, the 27th. But it could also be later on the 26th on Friday, depending on where you are in the world. So for all intents and purposes, the full moon will be late Friday the 26th and early Saturday the 27th. All right, and as you can see here, we are using the visible sky. So the constellations are different sizes. This is very different from mainstream astrology, which uses an even 30 degrees for all the signs. And that's why you will notice a lot of the signs are different. So in mainstream, they are saying the full moon is in Virgo, but if you do look up at the visible sky, or use one of these apps that allows you to do that, you will see the full moon very well set in expressive Leo. All right, so full moon, heightened energy of the lunar month. It is great to really do a status check at this time and see how the Leo side of ourself is going, both in a yearly sense and also in a monthly sense. So with this, it's going to help illuminate this side of ourself, and it's really good to cultivate this Leo energy. So what is Leo? Fundamentally, Leo is all the things that we could say we are proud of. So it's the things that we've created in life. It's the things that we love, we're passionate about, right? All these things that we're proud of, and really proud of also ourselves in the sense of what we have created and what we have expressed and what we do have to share and give to others. So allowing that self to come out, right? Leo's all about the self-expression, the things we're passionate about, things we love in life, and allowing that to come out. So how is that side of ourself doing? Are we doing what we love? Do we have that playful energy? Do we have the creative energy in our life? Are we doing what fuels us and energizes us? This is really the sort of status check that we're doing. And likely some elements of this are either in balance or out of balance. And so it is good to now see if there are some things we can further develop for the next 2 weeks, but even for the next 6 months in terms of this Leo side. So that's the heightened energy, really illuminating this. But of course, as all full moons are about, they are about opposition and balance. And that's because the sun is always opposite the moon. So opposite Leo is the constellation of Aquarius, which is the future-oriented side of ourself. We've had the sun here for about 10 days, a little over 10 days now. which has been us collectively focusing more in terms of our future visions. Now, this could be for our own ideals, our own future aspirations, but also maybe in terms of the future for the world at large, or for anything we do want to contribute to. So it really does invoke that visionary side of ourself, and especially with Venus here, who's recently entered here this week. So this is great to continue to do, right? Focus on those future visions, those future ideals, maybe even get involved with things that are greater than ourselves, whether it's simply our friends, maybe it's workshops, maybe it's online stuff, community stuff, or the world at large. Great to focus on these future related matters. But Leo reminds us that in order to really cultivate these future ideals and really contribute to something that's greater than ourselves, we do have to be doing what we love, right? And we also do have to be expressing ourselves, right? For example, our friends need us to be having fun, expressing ourselves, right? The world needs us to be creative and to create things for the world and for these future things, or even innovative things like online or technology. They require that creative process. And even our own future aspirations, right, require us to be, again, doing what we're passionate about. So great to find this balance. And I think a great way of doing this is to, cultivate, again, that creative element, that playful, expressive element in the context of what we can give, right? Leo's best expression is when we are giving, and especially to something greater and something future oriented, which is Aquarius. All right. But if it is very much on the Aquarius side for you, which is very much future oriented, again, connecting to that inner child, we could say with Leo, to make sure we are doing what we love and what we're passionate about. All right. So that's the most important thing with this full moon. Now, like I said, the major aspects are on the easier side. We do have a trine up to Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius. And so in this context, it might just be a bit easy to do this. We might be feeling more of that true self coming out. Usually with trines up to Uranus, that individual self-expression comes across a lot easier. It's easier to be more of our unique, different, unorthodox selves, and to do things that are healthfully different, that maybe challenge the status quo, maybe challenge our own status quo, right? To, again, really get into that visionary side of ourself. So we have a good union here with that true self that does have these excitements, does have these things we do want to maybe change or try new things with and get outside that comfort zone, which can be very supportive for this full moon, especially if it is around taking action and initiative in some way with Uranus in Aries. Now, we do have a yod formed with this full moon, so these are minor aspects, but they are good to also incorporate with the energy. And in this case, a yod forming with both Saturn and Chiron. It's these very light green lines here, you can see. So yods are really, in this case, the quincunx is about challenging ourselves to integrate this energy. And so with Saturn, it's a reminder to still be grounded, right? With all this kind of fiery, future-oriented, yang kind of energy that's going on with this full moon. To stay nice and grounded, to stay responsible, and to think long-term, right? This could be very constructive. If we are grounded, responsible, and long-term, it can help really ground this fiery energy and help it get done constructively, especially if it's towards any long-term plans with Saturn and Capricorn. Anything you want to achieve for the long term, maybe this year, that will take some time. Great to maintain that perspective there in terms of the things that take time, patience, and responsibility. And the quincunx over to Chiron reminds us that there might be some things that we can heal as well. Maybe some wounds we can face, or do some things in the face of some wounds that could end up being very healing and very therapeutic. So it's not a major aspect, especially involving this comet of Chiron. We probably won't feel it that strongly. But if there are some things that, especially with Chiron and Pisces, that we are willing to be a little bit more receptive, a little bit more willing to go with the flow, even though there might be some healing to be done there, that can be a great way of working with this. But all in all, any intentions you want to set around cultivating some ideals, some dream, some of these excitements, these long-term plans in a way that faces some wounds or requires some healing on your part, can also be very constructive. All right, everyone. So that's the full moon in a nutshell. Actually quite simple, quite straightforward in this case. The full moon is the heightened energy of the lunar month, and now it's time to do a status check so we can further develop this energy in constructive ways moving forward. The status check is with Leo, the side of ourself that does want to do what we love, what we're passionate about, to express ourselves, right, and connect to those things and people that are close to our hearts, right? and to allow that inner child to come out, be playful, entertained, having fun, this kind of a thing, really good. And to balance that out with, of course, maintaining the giving energy of Aquarius, what can we contribute to? What's greater than ourselves that we can continue to focus on, and find that balance between those future visions and still maintaining doing what we love here. We do have the trine up to Uranus, making it easy to do that. Maybe more of our individual self-expression coming out, maybe some excitements that we can channel in constructive ways, and to maintain groundedness with the yacht up to Saturn, and maintain some of that willingness to heal and go with the flow with the yod side of Chiron. All right, so everyone, have a fantastic full moon. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that like button if you haven't yet. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you are an MTZ Insider, you are getting this video first. If you're not yet signed up for that newsletter, there's a link down below on the YouTube channel. You can sign up for that. It's absolutely free, and you do get these videos first before YouTube. All right, so everyone, again, have a great one, and I'll see you all next time for the next astrology forecast. Take care.